Hello everybody and welcome back to Engineering Graphics. So this time we're going to be learning about another feature that will make your life worlds and worlds easier. What feature is that? Well, it's linear pattern. You're like, wait a minute. We already learned about linear pattern, and we did. But we learned about it when it was for sketches, not for features. The great thing is this has all the same settings, all the same buttons, but now you can do it for features, and it's got a whole lot more here, which we're definitely not going to be going over. Just these two. Just those two. Okay? So first off, how does linear pattern work? Well, let's click the button and find out. Well, I need a direction. Okay. Still normal there. Okay, I'll give it a direction. Let's see if I click on this line. Does it go for it? It does. So now it's saying I'm going to go along this edge right there, which is going pretty good. I can give it a second direction if I want to, but in this case, I'm just going to keep one. The next thing, though, is I have to say, what am I actually patterning in that direction? And this can get confusing. So default is features and faces. That can work. So we click on this right here. So currently I'm going to be copying that whole thing, and we'll see if it does it for me properly. I'm going to go 10 to the right. I definitely clicked the wrong one. 10 to the right. There you go. And so from this, it looks like it's going to make a second Lego brick, hopefully the exact same as the first. Did it? It did not. So let's go back to this guy right here, edit feature. Let's figure out what happened here. The issue is that this is a feature. My first feature was simply a box. It was a simple box, it wasn't even hollow. So if I want to continue to pattern everything, we're going to have to click on these guys right here. And this cut on the bottom, this extrusion right there, all four of those things. And then when I do it, what do you notice? It's all together and it looks pretty good. I mean, everything is fine. This worked. This worked good. I can cut out that little piece in the middle, make this a good Lego brick. Now, that will normally work. Sometimes it will give you an issue. Let's try something I shouldn't do. Let's try, I'll get rid of that guy, this guy, this guy. So now I am going to do just these little caps right here, see if it'll be okay with me doing it. It is not okay with me doing that. Why is it not okay with me making these little caps again? Because they came off of something. They came off of this box. The box is in there. It doesn't want to make them there. Similarly, I can't cut something if there's nothing there. It'll get angry at me. So I do say that there's a place for this. Sometimes I just want to mirror a feature, and if you only pattern a feature, like make one of these guys and then pattern it a whole bunch of times. If you want to do that, that's completely fine. That can be great. However, what I tend to go with, my default, not always my default, but typically my default is I go down to bodies instead. If I click on something, it just says whatever this is, make another one of it, whatever it looks like. And it's going to go over to the left. I can give it two directions. I can make a whole lot of these if I wanted to. That's all fine. If I make several, boop, boop, I can also choose to skip some. Going down here, instances to skip. I don't want that one for some reason. Not sure why I would do that, but it works. Now, one thing you might notice is that there's this little line right here. You see that? That line right there. Let's go back and edit this. Edit this right here, edit feature. And I'm going to do it again. So delete this guy, bodies, this body, this body, there we go. And, it all seems good. So I'll just go one this time, and we'll see what happens. Click the green checkbox. Still that line. What's going on here? Now, this is one downfall of using bodies. I am making a pattern of bodies. You have a body, I have a body, they are separate bodies. Luckily, we're not joined at the hip. Or if we are, I haven't noticed you yet. Okay, so if we're two different bodies, then there's going to be a dividing line between us. Hopefully it's that personal boundary. Don't get too close, COVID. But here, the same thing is happening. What I've more or less done here is make two Lego bricks, okay? They are separate entities. There is a line that divides between them, they're not actually joined. There is an infinitely thin wall right between them. Now, for SOLIDWORKS, for a lot of things, that doesn't matter too much. I mean, that's infinitely thin. Infinitely thin doesn't do too much. But you're going to have that line there, and it will not go away. It will stay there forever. So if you don't like that, you're going to have to use features. If you do like that, you can use bodies. Sometimes it doesn't matter. Sometimes you're going to see a line no matter what. But in this case, it does kind of bother me, so I probably will go back and do features. Either way, linear pattern is an absolutely wonderful tool to make a pattern. Take features that I've already created, put a lot of effort into, and make a second one. Like in this case right here, I went from having a 2x2 Lego brick to a 4x2 Lego brick. And I've still got some work to do on the bottom to make it look right, but I'm mostly done. This did a lot of work and effort for me. So use this to your advantage. Make it easier on yourself. And just keep on going forward. Okay? Now, with that in mind, let me show you how this circular pattern works. I'm going to make a new one and go from there. Okay, so new part. And I'm not going to make anything too crazy, so I don't waste my life here. First off, I'm going to make a cylinder, features, extrude boss base, and I'm going to drag it up a little bit. Whoop. Okay, now also on the plane, I'm going to make a little box over here. There you go, box. Features, extrude boss base. Good enough. Now let's say I wanted to have 10 boxes all surrounding this guy. Can I fit 10 boxes? I can fit 10 boxes. How would I do that? I could do all the angles. I can make it work. I could have made a circular pattern from a sketch and extruded them all at once. That makes a lot of sense. But if I didn't do that, or for some reason I couldn't do that, I can now use circular pattern to figure it out. So first off, I give it a direction. Second thing, gloriously, and guess what I'm trying to pattern? There's that boss extrude too. And I can say what angle it's going to be patterned at. So 30 degrees, how many? I can go all the way around if I want to. I can say that they're equal spacing, and then there's 12 of them. Or 11, 10, 9, 8. However many, just like before. Okay? And this is doing it in features. I could also, if I wanted to, do bodies. Lots of options here, depending on what you need to do. This is one feature. There's no purpose in me saying bodies for this one. But if I had to, I could. Only merging patterns. Oh, goodness. Okay, so here's my first error. Click, click, click. Nothing. Only merging features may be patterned. If appropriate, make a pattern of bodies instead. So this feature right here does not merge with anything else, which means that when I pattern it, it is going off here in its own lonesome separateness. So it is forcing me to use bodies, which is one of the reasons I usually default to this. So I click on this guy right here, I try it again, and it works. It didn't like it because the feature wasn't connected to another feature. They have to be touching in some way, shape, or form. Since they weren't, it got angry and said, it's a body, not a feature. Just a body, pattern it as a body. So that's it for this time. We've looked at linear pattern, we've looked at circular pattern. Hopefully this helps you, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.